I know Joe Biden and the administration have done a lot of stupid things. The approval rating, according to USA Today yesterday, falling to 41%. I saw Rasmussen came out and said he had a 44% approval rating. Those are the two most recent approval rating statistics that are up on Real Clear Politics that I was looking at this morning. Great website, by the way. Has a lot of information that you can digest easily and well curated, I would say. But of all the dumb decisions, Buck Sexton, that they could make, they sent Kamala Harris to Vietnam in the middle of a modern-day Saigon so that even the media that might otherwise be too stupid to write or make the connections, all the bells, the hamsters running on the wheels in the stupid media head, they literally have her in Saigon right now, experiencing Vietnam while Afghanistan is falling apart. Whoever made the decision, maybe it was about just further kneecapping Kamala Harris, and somebody in Joe Biden's administration was like, hey, you know what we'll do? We'll just destroy her even more. Let's send her to Vietnam so everybody can make the analogy here of the collapse in Afghanistan.
It's starting to feel like what they really do now is give Kamala items on the portfolio or travel agendas that are meant to make it impossible for the Democrat Party to have Biden step aside. Maybe the Biden team, there's one thing they are kind of savvy at, and it's making Kamala such an awful choice for Democrats. Forget about what we think, that Joe Biden is firmly ensconced and might be able to get to his second term despite the initial plan. I do believe the initial plan was that he would be a one-termer, but these days starting to feel like Joe's saying, I mean, come on, everybody. But Clay, even Mitch McConnell is dropping some truth bombs here on the situation.
That's where we are.
Speaking of Vietnam.
I think it's a lot worse than Saigon in 1975. There weren't terrorists in Vietnam threatening to attack us here on U.S. soil. This is dramatically worse than Saigon in 1975 because Al-Qaeda, on the way back in, the same group with allied terrorist organizations that want to hit us here at home, will be able to operate freely throughout Afghanistan. So this is considerably worse than the fall of Saigon.
I mean, and then he also continued, right, Buck? I mean, he's just speaking the truth. I mean, he continued and said it's worse than Saigon. It's one of the great American foreign policy disasters ever. Listen to this.
This is one of the greatest foreign policy disasters in American history. I think it's important to remember where we were a few months ago before the president's reckless decision to leave. We only had 2,500 troops there. We hadn't lost a single American military personnel in a year. The Taliban, the barbarians, were not in charge of the country. We were keeping the lid on, and Al-Qaeda was not there. So the decision to pull out was a gargantuan mistake, in my opinion. Having made that decision, you'd have to conclude these guys couldn't organize a two-car funeral.
I mean, Buck, pretty well said by McConnell there, I think, to break down everything.